Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Tweet this real quick. Live. Boom. Tweet. And send now. Let's see. Hold on. Why is this? Spin a mask. Apparently people are having issues with MetaMask. Huh. Interesting. Alrighty. How'd everybody do yesterday? Your boy had a red day. Your boy had a red day. Took two trades. Both of them were losers. The first one was small, wasn't size too heavy, but then the second one I was full size and got stopped out. Traded where I saw the opportunity. Obviously, the market just did not work in my favor. Used proper risk management, followed the plan. It's just it didn't work out. It was an absolutely beautiful week last week. Sometimes we got to get humbled by the market. And yeah, yesterday was a humbling day. Reminder that losses are always going to be there. But the difference between a successful trader and an unsuccessful trader is following their risk management. So as soon as my stop loss was hit on both trades, I was out. And again, if you guys are in Team Bull, you heard me live through the entire trade. It said exactly where my stop loss was and where I ended up getting stopped out. So today is a new day. It's a beautiful day today. And I see some setups. So real quick, if you guys could, make sure to smash that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. And we are going to hop right into it and find some levels. Good morning, Eric. Let's see, ILLBEDAMNED. Noiley, I think is how you say it. Steve Perkins, Tangible Assets. PRESLAV Trades. Robbie, Jessica, Jay. Yellowman, I think is how you say it. But let's get it today. Let's see what we got going. I will say, we're at a really huge area. If you guys did take my QQQ reject from yesterday, you absolutely printed. I was at the gym when that ended up hitting. If I was home, I more than likely would have taken it. But remember that 327 to 327.3 is such a massive area for QQQ. And it ended up rejecting right off that level. So we want this one right there. Boom. So you can see this was the reject from yesterday on QQQ. It happened later in the day, but it confirmed everything about this, confirmed the downside. I just wasn't here. It happened at like 1:15. So I was still at the gym. But as you can see, price pushed up, denied it very heavy or very hard, especially on the 1 minute time frame. If we go to the 1 minute time frame, look at that volume on the 1 minute candle on the reject. And then it came up, tried to test it again. It said nope. If you zoom out to a 5 minute time frame, very long upper wick right here, Greystone Doji right here, and price flush to the downside. So if you caught that, congratulations to you. But this morning, we are trading back in that area. So if I'm going to be bullish today, we need to crack 327.32. And if it breaks 327.32, I mean, it's a straight shot into at least 330 and then 331.50. The only issue is that NASDAQ supply that we've been talking about. So if we go to the daily time frame on NASDAQ, also, I have an absolutely fire video dropping for you guys tonight on this channel. It's a Fibonacci video. And when I finished recording yesterday, it was like an hour and I think 12 minutes. So it's going to be a really long video. So I hope you guys you're ready for it. Set aside an hour tonight and be ready to watch the whole thing because there's so much information in it. But with the NASDAQ, we have this this supply right here. This daily supply right there. Boom. Bring this on over. Make sure it lines up. 13,503. Good morning. So, I mean, we pretty much came up and tested it twice. I wouldn't be interested in I mean, I don't know. Maybe we'll see how we trade when we get up into this 13,503. It could just be like a slow grind through all the way to the upside. Or we could just reject it right here. So if I'm going to look for a reject, it's going to be more so right at the beginning of the supply. But we'll see what happens. But I mean, again, on the 4-hour time frame, what are we doing? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Maybe we go up and set a higher high. So we just got to see. As soon as it drops, be ready for it around like 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. Eastern time. Also, make sure you guys are smashing that like button. We got 148 people in here and only 36 likes. Remember, if you guys want that watch list, you got to run it up 200 likes. As far as the economic calendar, what is today? Tuesday. Retail sales are going to be very important, so we do have to pay attention to that. And then we have a good amount of news at 10, and then we have a lot of Fed speakers today as well. So market could get a little wild based off of what they end up talking about. Let me actually open this window real quick so I stop echoing. But yeah, how'd everybody do yesterday? Make money, lose money, take no trades? Let me know in the chat. Good morning. But yeah, so Fed speakers today. Just be a little cautious. You know, market could get a little weird. But let's start with this. Let's rock. Let's see what we can find. Yeah, so higher high, higher low. There might be a bounce up here that we can use. That's not what I wanted. Boom. I mean, if I'm going to look for a bounce, maybe down there. Let's see. Get that 70.7, 78.6. So we bounced off the 70.7. Start breaking below there. We'll likely head lower. Other than that, I don't really see any good fib bounces. I mean, we could watch there to there, and then we could also watch here to here. And then this would be the higher probability bounce right here. So, let's see. Previous highs. Could get a little liquidity sweep, possibly. Above that 13,949. Possible liquidity. Boom. Show it on the right. Cool. So, I mean, maybe we get a liquidity sweep right into supply and then we can look for puts. But that is pretty much it on NQ. That's all I'm seeing right now. So let's head on over to ES. Take a look at SPY. Take a look at QQQ. And then we'll start rocking from there. But with SPY, we can actually go ahead and delete that. Keep this area right here. This area has been really huge for SPY, or actually ES. But like this 41.76 to 41.77.5 has been pretty big resistance and support. So definitely going to watch that. As you can also see on the 4-hour, we have this trend line right here. So if I'm going to be bullish today, we need to crack the trend line to the upside. Got our little bottom one right there. If we end up breaking below, I'm going to look for some puts. We have this strong support right there. And then I believe we already hit our fibs. No, so we haven't hit the 61.8. I don't care about the 50 because we already broke below it a bunch of times. So, I mean, only fib area I see is down here, 41.04. After that, I don't have any good fib rejects as of right now. Or at least any that I can see. Yeah, there's none inside of this zone right here. Looks like bounce to 61.8 right there on the 1-hour. Bounce to 61.8 right here on the 1-hour. So nothing good on ES as of now. I think the main thing we want to watch today is going to be these trend lines. You know, do we break above or do we break below? I think retail sales will help a little bit, but I think I have a feeling that the Fed speakers are going to have an effect today. Let me see exactly who's speaking. All right, so the vice chair is speaking at 10. And then, yeah, so here's all the Fed speakers today, if you guys just want to see. At 10 o'clock, 10:30, 12:15, 2:30, 7. So what is that? Five Fed speakers. And then we had one at 8:15, or we're going to have one at 8:15. So 6 actually today. So again, just something to keep your eye on. Let's see. Let me answer some questions real quick. If you guys got questions, feel free to type them in the chat. I will be answering them. Also, make sure to smash that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. And also a reminder, I'm going to be dropping my Fibonacci video tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern time, around that time. So be ready. When I recorded it yesterday, it was around an hour and 12 minutes. So lots of education in there. Yeah, SPY, I mean, I mainly just trade SPY and QQQ. That's like the main 2 stocks that I trade, or ETFs, because a lot of people like to correct me on that. Tricks when sizing up is just doing one extra contract at a time and then becoming comfortable and consistent with it. Once you start noticing that you're becoming comfortable and consistent and those emotions aren't really there, that's when you can add another one. And again, same thing. Look for the consistency, the comfortability, and then you can start adding slowly. So when I was sizing up, it was only 1 to 2 extra contracts, and I did the same exact thing over and over and over until I got to my current size. So that is everything on ES. Let's take a look at SPY. So again, these 2 trend lines right here, we pretty much had that double bottom. 410.2 to 410 is still a massive area. 410.2. I know, I love fibs too, but there's no good fibs today. Besides the one that QQQ is currently trading at. Alrighty. So here's our 410.2 to 410. 410.2, boom, boom, boom. And then we have that 409. Was that 409 to 408? Oh, 87, okay. 409, 87 to 409.07. I hate utilities. Seriously though, like with swing trading utilities, I'm pretty sure I'm like 1 in 10 or something like ridiculous. Every single time I've swung utilities, I've gotten screwed besides one time. One time I had a winning trade. I remember it because I was in Vegas when I had the swing trade on. And I think it was on it was either D or DUK. Those are like the main 2 utilities that I would swing. Yeah, bro, they screwed me every time. That's why I stay away from them now. Yeah, I go live on here every single morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And yes, we do have the Discord as well, Team Bull Trading. So if you do want to hop in Team Bull, I'll drop the link for you here in a second. Let me find it. Again, make sure you guys are smashing that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. Let's see. There it is. Boom. Why did you just do that? Hold on. Yeah, we got a lot of squeezes. I think another thing that we need to keep an eye on is going to be the debt ceiling whenever they actually end up speaking about it. There is a swing trade that I'm keeping a very close eye on. Here it is. Boom. If you want to join the Discord. There's 2 swings that I'm keeping a very close eye on, and I think I want to build a position around them. The first one being Visa. I really like this daily squeeze that we got going on. Where's I took off my 21 EMA. Exponential moving average. 21. Boom, boom, boom. So I really like Visa, especially because this 235 has been such a huge area. If the squeeze can fire up, I think Visa could test 238 to 243. So I'm looking to build a position around the 240s potentially for next month. And then the next one that I really, really like is this VTI. The only issue is going to be that debt ceiling, right? So if they raise the debt ceiling, I feel like the market's going to rip. If they default, obviously the market's not going to take that kindly, and the market's more than likely going to drop. But as far as technicals, it looks like that VTI wants to try to push. The 210 calls are very, very cheap for next month. So I'm going to be looking to build a position around that as well. So keeping a very close eye on both Visa and VTI. I want to try to build a larger position on them. And yeah, so those are the two things that I'm watching. VTI is just the pretty much the Vanguard version of SPY, right? So instead of spending $800, $900, $1,000 on SPY contracts that expire a month out, we could go trade VTI, which I think are trading. Let me see how much they're trading at. VTI a month out. The 210s are only trading at 140. So it makes more sense to go with the VTI instead of SPY. So just a different way of playing the overall market. But let's see, SPY. Oh, are they talking about debt ceiling today? I mean, I don't think they're going to let that happen either, at all. But I will say it's a very risky swing to be looking at. But pretty much with SPY, what I would look for is the break above that trend line. If I'm going to be bullish, we need to crack the trend line. Nice 4-hour squeeze. One area to keep on watch, 415. Yeah, if I start building a position around them, if you're in Team Bull, I'll let you know exactly what I'm entering. Speaking of swing trades, our TJX finally came back to life. Finally. This thing hit 75% yesterday. Let me tell you, this thing took some patience. We literally got in this swing trade on May 1st, which is this day right here. And those contracts, they were down like negative 40%, negative 42, negative 43%. Size for a negative 50% stop loss. Came back to life, never hit the stop, went up 75%. So they report earnings tomorrow. We're going to have to close the remainder of the position today. Let's see if we can hit 100%. Maybe I'll lotto one of them into earnings tomorrow. We'll see. So head back on over to SPY. Just got water all over my glasses. Again, make sure you guys are smashing that like button. It would be greatly appreciated. 200 likes and you guys get the watch list. But I mean, if I'm going to take a bounce, if there were to be a fib bounce, it'd be 411.50. That is the only area that I see for a fib bounce. Other than that, we hit all these fibs over here. We hit all the fibs there. Looks like I think we already hit this 61.8 right here. Yep, already hit that 61.8. So, I mean, 411.50, 410 to 410.2, which has that dad strength, and then 409, 10, all the way down to 408.90. And then as far as the upside, I mean, if we can break this, we should have a nice continuation up into 415. So that's everything on SPY. Now, let's see. QQQ 327. It's a huge area. So we can break 327. QQQ's got that room up. So maybe we hang around this area. We can find a low risk short position with the stop above 327.32. I am going to look for a bounce. It would be here to here, here to here. Higher probability area right down there. And then if we break above 327.30, invalid. Look for the push into 330. 330. I mean, you gotta understand intraday setups if you're gonna be scalping in between levels. I'm a big fan of Fibonacci, so I mainly just trade my fib levels. But if there is like a bull flag or a bear flag, or my TTM squeeze intraday setup, then I will look to trade that. It's just I put way more weighting and higher probabilities on the fibs, just because that's like my go-to strategy. Yeah, swing trades, I always size for a negative 50% stop. Always. because had I been too heavy in TJX, I probably would have gotten scared and gotten out of the position when it was at negative 40, negative 42%. So that's why position sizing is very important. But that is it for the indexes and SPY and QQQ. We got retail sales dropping here in 9 minutes. So we're going to wait on that. But in the meantime, what we can do is we can run through some individual stocks and see what we are liking, which you guys should be doing as well, right on this video. That was a very cringy way to bring it up. 114 likes, 250 people. You guys got it. I know you guys can do it. So very first stock I'm going to be watching, Apple. Let's see where we at on the daily. When do they pay their dividend? They already paid their dividend. Yeah, not really seeing anything on Apple. Yeah, I don't see anything good on Apple, so we're going to skip over that. AMD broke above the trend line that we discussed yesterday. This might actually come into play today. I mean, it doesn't look bad for the push right back into 100 as long as it chills out right here. So AMD could go on the list today. AMD. Amazon. Let's see. 4 hour. Not really seeing anything good on Amazon. Tell you what though, I would be very interested for a break above 113 for a breakout. Trading out right now, 109. Or maybe a retest of 109.32 for a bounce, but yeah, you guys can watch that if you want. Not too interested. No, I don't do 0DT. It's very, very rare that I'll do a 0DT. I typically trade, what is today? Tuesday. So I'll trade Wednesday's expiration. Come Wednesday, I'll trade Friday. So it's always 1 day or 2 days till expiration that I trade. Costco, Google. Been holding this area. Get to the daily. Not liking Google. Take a look at Meta. Held above that 238.20. Could push right back into these highs over here. All right, so Meta doesn't look too bad. Look for the break above 240.25. Put that one on the list. Take a look at Microsoft. Still kind of forming that head and shoulders right here. Honestly, not too interested in Microsoft. If you want to watch it, 310, it's just, I don't know, not a big fan of that. So skip over that. Netflix, that was on the weekly watch list. Looking for that pullback. Actually, I like it because it's getting close to the fibs. So maybe some Netflix today. NVIDIA, I saw somebody ask about that. Looks like NVIDIA is trying to break out here. I mean, yeah, break above 290 doesn't look too bad. Right now, we're just going through, seeing what we like, and then we'll do some process of elimination. Eliminate a lot of the individuals that we got and just break it down to the highest probability setups only. Shopify and then Tesla. I will say, if you guys caught the Tesla bounce yesterday, that ended up working out pretty good. I personally didn't take it. That 165 to 165.50 ended up hitting right here, and then had a nice little bounce all the way up to 167-ish before it came back down. But as far as Tesla today, not really liking anything until it like gets down here towards 160. So no dice for Tesla. But as far as the individuals, I like AMD, Meta, Netflix, NVIDIA. Yeah, we call our trades live. We trade live in voice chat, and then we literally go through exactly what we're seeing in the market, when we enter, when we exit, when we trim, etc. All that good stuff. Again, make sure you guys are smashing that like button. We got 262 people in here, 131 likes. If you guys want this watch list, you need 70 more likes. 70 more. I think you guys got it. Let's see, but we got 4 minutes until the retail sales. So if anybody's got questions, feel free to ask while we're just sitting here. Or I can just start singing for you guys, either or. This down slope, this trend line right here, it's resistance. So if we come up, we test it, we reject it, it's resistance. If we break above it, it's no longer resistance. We're more than likely going to push higher. No, I'm watching a reject on 415. We're below 415. Trading at 412.30. SOXS, that's the semis, right? If it's an inverse, I can't remember. I think it's L. Yeah, so this is the inverse. I don't trade inverses. They're very hard to trade. I would rather just go with the actual SOXL. But I don't like these leveraged ETFs for options at all. If I'm gonna look to short the semis, I would go with AMD. I would go with NVIDIA. You go with TSM. You know, there's so many different ways that you can go about shorting or longing the semis. It's just, to me, it doesn't make sense to touch these leverage ETFs or these bear ETFs. They're very hard to trade. Very, very hard. Let's see. I mean, it's not just like, I'll be completely honest with you. If this is your first year trading, then no, probably not, because it takes years of experience to become truly profitable. Truly, truly profitable. You know, I traded every single day. I started to become consistently profitable around like a year and a half, 2 years in, but I don't want you guys to think that quote unquote consistently profitable meant I was making thousands of dollars a day. That is not the case whatsoever. So to find you're consistently profitable, or to become consistently profitable, you only might be making $20, $50, $100 a day. But again, that took a year and a half of 2 hours of doing it every single day and countless hours spent at the computer. Countless hours. And reading, watching YouTube videos, taking courses, etc. So that's my opinion. But yeah, I would say you just because you trade every single day doesn't mean you'll become consistently profitable. There's a lot of, you know, roadblocks along the way, psychology, the market environment we're in, etc. All right, here's the retail sales. Let's see. Twitter. Alrighty, retail sales. Right here. Boom. Yeah, so I literally worked my job until, like, I was already profitable in trading. I just liked what I did. I worked with special need adults, and I did that all the way. I took trading full time in 2019, towards the end of 2019, and I worked that job all the way up until I think it was March of 2021, just because I really liked it. I worked it until I like literally could not work it anymore. But it was always in the afternoon, so I could trade during the day, go do what I love in the evenings. It was 3 to 8. But yeah, here are the retail sales, 0.4%, forecast 0.4, previous 0.4. So right on the forecast right here, higher than the previous. Nobody cares about Canada. Sorry if you're from Canada. Or I should say nobody cares about the Canadian news right now. Canadian CPI, Canadian CPI. I guess that's all we got for the retail sales. Retail sales 0.4, expectation 0.8. There it is. There's actual. So below the expectation, the excluding auto is what was on point, and then control group higher than the expectation. Cool. There's our news. No diss to Canada. Yeah, how many likes we have? We're at 167 with 260 people in here. You guys are close. You're getting there. Alrighty. So I do want to give the market a couple minutes to digest this information and see if we end up pumping or dumping, or we just stay stagnant. And then we'll start getting this list typed out, ladies and gentlemen. Towards Baltimore. Tell you what, though, I'm real happy to be away from Maryland. Live back in the middle of the country. I'm gonna start talking like Grizzly soon. It looks like we might just hold around this area. See, I think the break above like 413.2 is what's going to be key. Yeah, we did bounce that 50% fib. I'm going to watch right here. But then after that, I'm watching that 410 and then that 409 to 408.90. As far as rejects, we ain't got a lot. Anyways, let's start getting this bad boy typed out. All right, SPY bounces 410.2 to 410. That strength. After that, 409.10 to 408.9. Break above 1 hour trend line for continuation into 415. All right, there's SPY. Get QQQ. Remember, QQQ is trading at a massive area. Massive. QQQ. Let's see. Trading at a massive area of resistance. If price can retest 327 to 327.3 and show signs of weakness, I am interested in puts. Multiple bounces on watch. Highest probability bounce at 325.25 to 325. As you can see on the chart, there's other ones that are there as well. We are interested in puts above there. Robinhood test 330. Boom. There's QQQ. And let's go do some process of elimination on individual names. Take a look at AMD first. So, I mean, AMD doesn't look bad for a push right back into 100. So, we'll take a look at that one here in a minute. Meta. I mean, I'm interested if it can come up past 240.25. Netflix. Getting close to my bounces, so I think I might end up watching this. 332, 328. We're getting close to that 332. I think I'd be interested in Netflix. Might be something I watch on the side. And then NVIDIA. Yeah, so it looks like I'm gonna have to wait a little longer on these individual names to see what we do in the pre-market, because I mean I like most of them to the upside besides the Netflix bounces. So yeah, we'll see. They might just be side watches today. Come on, there we go. Again, make sure you guys keep a close eye on the futures and Q. Would like to look for a little liquidity sweep. All right, so we're starting to pull. Getting very close to that daily supply. Let me see. Hold on one second. Where did we close yesterday? See what SPX. So I'm going to assume that we're going to open around like 41.25, give or take. We do have a nice 4-hour squeeze on SPX as well. So this 41.13 is a pretty big area. This 41.24 is pretty big. And then 4100. So keep a look at, or keep an eye on SPX. Yeah, it might just be spying QQQ. Let me run through this watch list again real quick. Again, make sure you guys are smashing that like button. We're getting super close to the like goal. We got, let's see, 258 people in here, 193 likes. You guys need 7 more likes and you guys get the watch list. So yeah, I think I'm going to take AMD off. It doesn't look bad. It's just not a setup that I like to look for. Meta. If the market gets some strength and we can get back up towards this 240, I'd be interested. I think the only individual stock that I'm going to keep on watch is probably going to be this Netflix. Netflix, NVIDIA. And then NVIDIA, I'd be interested in a clear of 290. So, side watches, Meta, or no, Netflix, NVIDIA. Boom. I mean, that is pretty much the watch list today. Let's take a look at SPY. So, I mean, we still have that 4-hour squeeze. If we can start closing above that 4-hour 21, then we have that chance of it firing up. Still watching that daily squeeze. I mean, the daily to me is looking really bullish, in my opinion. I mean, look at all these lower wicks. Every single time we dip down into that 21 and 34 EMA, they bought it right back up. So, yeah, definitely something we want to pay attention to. Also, we are squeezing literally on every single time frame. 5-minute, 10-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily on ES. Literally every single time frame we are squeezing on. That's wild. 4 hour, 1 hour. Oh, now we're not squeezing on the 30-minute anymore. It lied to me. There we go. So yeah, I think I mean, let's watch this bottom trend line for a potential bounce. It's a 4-hour trend line. So let's see, right now at 41.33. Around 41.35, give or take. So, anybody got questions while we're just sitting here? I can answer questions for the next 10 minutes while we wait to see what the market wants to do. We also have a nice low right here. Boom, 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 boom. 41.35.25. We can take a look at Baba. Did they report earnings yet? No. When did they report? It's soon. In 2 days. Yeah, I personally wouldn't touch this. I don't really like trading Baba to begin with. Just moves like super weird and it's hard to trade, so not something that I'm gonna look at. I do want to see, how did Walmart move? Because I'm watching Walmart for a swing. I like that daily squeeze setup. I have 4 monitors. 4 of them. Yeah, 20. But yeah, I got a TV above me, ultra wide right in the middle. This one that you see right here is just a basic HP, and then I have a another one to my left. SLB for a swing. If it's for a swing, I mean, a double bottom right here at this 43.82, that would have been the area to get in. It already bounced like $1, give or take. But as of right now, not something I'd be interested in. Again, that double bottom would have been the place. I don't even know about Rivian. Wait. No, the arrows are just letting you know of squeezes, which way the squeezes. It's trying to predict which way the squeeze is gonna fire, but there's still more that you have to look into than just the arrow. Because as you can see, there's a lot of times where it's wrong. So you got to use other technicals when determining which way is the squeeze gonna fire. So you guys are about to get this watch list here in a minute. But real quick, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you guys got your bell notifications on. I go live every single morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Give you guys a completely free watch list for the day. Answer any questions you guys got. Give you guys tons of free education. And I am dropping my Fibonacci video tonight. And when I recorded it yesterday, it was 1 hour and 12 minutes. So there is a lot of education inside of this Fibonacci video. It has been highly anticipated, and I am very, 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 very excited for you guys to watch it tonight. So that's going to be dropping at around 6 p.m. Make sure you guys got them bell notifications on so you do get notified when I upload. And then one more thing, in case you guys did not know, before I drop the watch list, I have a 450-page book on Amazon titled The New Age of Technical Analysis. So if you are looking to learn more about my overall day trading and swing trading strategy, how to find bounces, rejects, support and resistance, the indicators I use, specific day trading and swing trading setups I look for, and so much more, make sure you guys check out the book, The New Age of Technical Analysis, on Amazon, 450 pages, using this link right here. Boom. Alrighty, so now, yeah, the Fib video is going to be amazing. But yeah, somebody hit me up. Another really well-known trader said start using the 70.7. So I've been trying to play around with it a little bit. Around 6 p.m. Eastern time. Everything I am watching today. Boom. Alrighty, so before I drop the watch list, as always, none of this is financial advice. Everything talked about in this live stream is based on my opinion and my opinion only. Option trading is very risky, where you can lose more than your initial investment if you are not careful. So as always, do your own due diligence, use your own proper risk management, and I'm not responsible for any lost funds. So today it's very simple. SPY and QQQ. That is it. We got a lot of Fed speakers today. Market could be a little weird, so I mainly want to stick to SPY and QQQ. Side watches are that Netflix bounce and that NVIDIA. Keep in mind that there are a bunch of Fed speakers today. It could act a little weird. Boom. Boom, boom. So that is the watch list. Literally just SPY, QQQ, and then our side watches. So I'm gonna hang out here for a few more minutes, answer questions you guys got, whether it be a beginner question, maybe you're struggling with something, feel free to ask, and do my best to answer and help you guys out. So not only am I giving you guys this watch list, but I'm also giving you guys free education in the live streams. So feel free to ask. Of course, Rebecca, I hope you're able to print today. Of course. What else we got? I also got to figure out how to get my Streamlabs working again. Maybe it won't mess up this time. I have to clean my glasses. Literally got water all over them. It just smeared into it when I tried to wipe it off. Oh well. Any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Go back to the QQQ chart. Yep. Again, 327 to 327.3, massive area. Like to see us come back in, retest the area, look for some weakness. Yeah. So for ES, right? ES or MES doesn't really matter. It's pretty much the same exact setup as SPY. I mean, it is the same exact setup as SPY. We have these two trend lines right here that I'm going to be watching. Break down, look for puts. Break above, look for calls. Look for the push into 41.26 to 41.27. Break above there, 42.06 to 42.08. And then main bounce would be down here. First one, 41.12.25, which should be around that 409 on SPY. And then 401 or 4104.5 for the other one. Position size is based on risk and the probability of the trade. So something I really like to do is I pull up the actual option chart. So you can pull up like, let's see. Let's pull up SPY. 1 second. What is today? So what we could do is we could pull up the option. Right? We can pull up the option, and when SPY or QQQ or whatever it is gets to our area of interest, we can see exactly where the option was trading at that point. So say we had a bounce down here. This was when SPY was at 410 yesterday, right? And SPY started trading down towards 410. You're like, oh, the option was trading at 0.82 when SPY was coming down to my key area of 410. Say you saw the reversal on the 5-minute time frame confirming the bounce, and you got long at 0.9. You know that your stop loss is slightly below this area right here. So what are you risking? $10, $15 per contract? And then from there, that's how you determine your position size. So if you're not comfortable with losing, what is 15 times 20? 300. If you're not comfortable with losing $300, then you don't go with 10 or you don't go with 20 contracts. If you're comfortable with losing 150, then you go with 10 contracts. That's how you determine your position size. Plus, how high probability is that trade? Was it, a fib bounce, a basic support bounce, or is it something that's not necessarily in your playbook of, maybe a bear flag is something that you don't really trade, but when you see it, you see what I'm trying to say? Does that make sense? Or like maybe supply and demand, maybe you're newer to supply and demand and it comes down and it bounces off a demand zone. but it's not like that A plus high probability setup, then you go lighter on the position. So it's probabilities and understanding what your risk is, and that's how you determine what your position size is. Boom, boom. And then also, like, where are you entering as well? Because say you waited until like 0.104 to get into your position, or 1.04 to get into your position, now you have a wider stop loss. You're talking $25, $30 stop loss per contract. So you have to, in the first example, you would be risking $15 a contract, right? So if you went with 20 contracts because you could afford to lose $300, well, now because you're entering all the way up here at a higher price, if you still only want to risk that 300, then you're going to have to go with half the size. So 10 contracts right here, because your stop loss would be roughly like $30. Does that make sense? I mean, it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you to buy or sell the position. You got to ask yourself, why did you enter that put position to begin with? So depending on what your analysis was, that's what I would follow, and then use risk management. No, never go all in. Don't ever full port. That's stupid. Don't do it. Don't do it. Live to trade another day. Yeah, I mean, everybody knows what my definition of an A plus setup is. It's that fib bounce or reject, breakthrough, reclaim on the opposite side, etc. I mean, my stop loss could be literally like 6-7%. It always depends on where you enter the position. So the second trade that I took yesterday was a little over a 20% stop loss because I sized into the trade. And then the first loss I think was like, I don't even remember what it was. I think it was around like 10% for the loss, roughly. I would have to go back and look. Hold on. Let me pull up my history. So it always depends on where you enter the position. Sometimes you could have a really tight stop loss of like 10%. Other times it could be around like 25-30%. It really depends on where you enter. Let's see. Filter. 7 days. Hold on. Yeah, a little over 10% was my stop loss on the first one. So not a bad stop at all. It really depends on where you enter the position. Let's see. What other questions? Again, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. No, I don't even do 50% of my portfolio. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yesterday, I used proper size, 2 losses, and I lost about negative 1.32% of my account was my loss yesterday. So on a given day, I'm risking about 1 to 2% of the overall account. If I go over that negative 2%, then that's no bueno. No bueno. But of course, last week, obviously, I was doing well over that 2% on the account per day. If it's a high probability trade, that's where I go full size. But again, you're using proper risk management. Any other questions before I hop off? No, I have a larger account. So in a given day, I'm not risking more than 1 to 2% of the account. Not per trade, no. Per like the overall account. But again, it's because I'm trading with a larger account. Now, if you're only trading with a few thousand, 5,000, whatever it may be, then, you know, you might be risking 4 or 5% of your account a day. But it all comes down to risk management. I'll only trade market open if there's a high probability setup at that time. Yeah, I talk about a lot of this in the book. A lot of it, plus more. So again, make sure you check out the book, The New Age Technical Analysis, on Amazon, 450 pages. Lots of information in there. There's the link right there. But, I'm about to go make some breakfast and then get ready for the day. But yeah. So, again, make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I go live every single morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Give you guys a completely free watch list for the day. 700 educational videos on this channel. Fibonacci video later tonight. Going to be around an hour long. Tons of education up in there. So, again, make sure you guys are subscribed. Make sure you guys got that bell notification on. And, yeah, let's run it up. Everybody have an amazing day. If you're in Team Bull, I'll talk to you guys in like 10, 15 minutes. And, yeah. Let's run it up. Let's make some money. Peace out.